Just kind of hanging in there.
Is it better this way?
Yeah, bigger picture. Excuse me. Thank you.
Jeez. Did you get a haircut?
No, I was gonna cut it myself again, but me and Five went and cut Driscoll's lawn, and he got in the shower, and my clippers are in the bathroom, so I was like, screw it, I'll just wait.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been working a lot?
Yeah, I've been really busy at work. We've been crazy busy, and it's been cool and it's been stressful, but I've been doing a lot of scrambling, and sometimes I have to remind myself how absolutely incredibly fortunate I am to have a job.
Yep.
Sometimes it wears thin.
How's Five-O doing?
He's all right. The kids started school this week. Well, orientation and stuff this week, so they're doing all their log-ons, making sure they have all the information. Teachers are going over syllabuses and stuff, and they officially start school on Monday.
So he did log in?
Yep. Both of them are totally set. Him and Elliot both are. Their computers work, their internet connections work. I was a little concerned about that because Tuesday was the first day that everybody in the house. Hi, Billy.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Tuesday was the first day that everyone in the house was like logged on to something all at the same time, and the internet crashed on me. And yeah, and so I'm a little concerned about it moving forward, but it hasn't repeated itself. But I had to do because I don't have a modem and a router. I have two separate, like big box each, instead of the combo. And so I just rebooted both of them, and it seems to have been fine since. So we'll see what happens. I'm tired of shit. I'm tired all the time.
I can't see Billy.
At all?
See me?
I can
No.
see him.
I can hear him.
Do you have it on speaker view? Can you only see me, or can you see yourself too?
Hello.
Okay. Now I got it.
Yeah, gallery view or whatever it is. I sent the invite to everybody, Colte and Dana and Joel and Brent. We'll see who joins us.
They won't join.
We know what to expect.
You don't even need to send it to Dana and Colte and Joel.
One day they will. One day someone will join us unexpectedly. I'll just keep doing it. We'll see what happens. I'm going to record this one and post it too, because I haven't in a long time. And I think I'm getting ready to launch season 2.
Of the panel.
The panel. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've got a handful of feelers out of people I missed last time. So. So how's it going, boys? Billy, how's your mom doing?
She's doing good. Just like an infection thing that leads to other problems, and then they kind of finally figured out that's the issue. So, for the time being.
Better than not knowing.
Yeah.
They're pretty confident, kind of like everything kind of fell into the category kind of thing.
I think so, yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Did you get a haircut, Billy?
No, actually, I haven't gotten a haircut since February. But what I do now, when I take a shower, I comb it all the way back and then part it over.
There you go.
And it lasts like this until it starts to dry out a little bit. Then it gets frizzy again.
Yeah. Pops out around your ears. That's what drives me nuts. Is my hair touching my ears?
Yeah.
So
you decided not to get a haircut tonight?
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I wanted to, but the clippers are in the bathroom, and Five got in the shower, and I figured I didn't know how long he was going to be in there, so I was just like, I'll call these guys, and I'll see if it's light enough an hour from now. It might not be. We'll see.
Steve, what's going on at the farm?
Yeah, tell us the story, man. How's Don? How are things going?
Well, I wrenched my back yesterday trying to move some big rocks.
You told me that. I forgot that story. Tell Billy the whole story of the rocks.
Well, there's this water drainage pipe that goes under the road on the property across the road from us, and there's a big rock in the bottom of the drainage ditch. So we get down and look into it, and there's a whole bunch of big rocks in the two pipes, and they're like, I don't know, a couple feet in diameter.
Probably somewhere between 100 and 200 pounds apiece.
At least. And so I think the first one we moved was like 300 pounds because it took two of us just to tilt it on its side. We couldn't move it. And so the pipe itself is like, I don't know, maybe 100 feet long. So, and it's just not big enough for anybody to get into it. So we rigged up a bunch of poles and we're trying to get them out, but I don't know.
I mean, if it's the pipe's that long, I mean, you're just gonna have to abandon a certain number of feet in at that point and hope for the best.
Well, I figured if they got in there and we moved the biggest rock at the front of it, the water will wash out the rest, I suppose.
You guys considered putting any kind of like mesh or anything on one side of it to try and keep stuff from actually getting in the pipe except water?
Well, my suggestion was to put some rebar across it so the big rocks couldn't go through.
Yeah.
Because it's like a 4-foot hole in the ground with two big corrugated pipes at the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's really hard
what's the diameter of the pipes?
They're
feet?
just about big enough for a body to slide into it, but they're full of mud.
Oh, okay. So it's not a good place to dispose of these bodies I have here.
Actually, it might be.
We'll talk about that next time we come and play. I'll be like, Stevie, I got something in the trunk. I was wondering if I could leave it in the pipe in the spillway.
Are we still on 2 weeks from this weekend?
September 6th.
All right.
As far as I know. I thought it was the 9th.
No, the 9th is a Wednesday. That's my birthday.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be popping into Herzog this Saturday morning if anybody needs anything.
What time will you be down there?
I don't know yet, but Elliot and I were going to meet up probably around 10 a.m., a couple hours.
I got a text message from my buddy Ryan Gagan last Friday night saying that he was at some party jamming with some other musicians, including Elliot Ruther, and asking me to come by.
Nice.
Yeah. It was apparently right up the street from me. I didn't go.
Yeah.
But
why?
I don't know. For 1 second, I was going to try and claim I was watching the Republican National Convention, but that wasn't going on Friday. So.
Is your church band taking up too much of your time?
Yes, so much. I actually had to skip it last week because I didn't have time. Oh, you reminded me. I have one of those to do tonight. Ooh.
What do they do when you don't show up? Oh, our bass player isn't here.
Well, since we're recording piecemeal and then they're getting mixed and put together, the video and the audio, Monty just recorded the bass line last week because I was at my dad's all week, so I didn't have a chance to do it.
Steve, he turns around bass lines for the church band like right away.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Within a week, usually within a day of receiving the file.
They're sometimes only 4 notes.
Yeah. Well, that's my problem with Death Warmed Over. I think it's only 2.
Yeah, I talked to Steve Schmall today via email.
No kidding, really? How's he doing?
We didn't really get into that.
Well, okay. So it wasn't a social call.
This Saturday is the first of 3 record store days this year, and I'm doing a feature for WZBO about it.
Oh, what a day.
What a day.
That's cool. I thought we already had record store day. I guess we had the first one earlier in the summer.
It was going to be April, and then they postponed it to June, and then they postponed it until this Saturday. But then as Steve pointed out, I guess there's a tropic storm remnant supposed to be hitting us Saturday morning. So
the leftovers from this hurricane that's coming in right now, they think it's going to be here Saturday morning? No, there's no way it's not here. It must be the one that made landfall already, the one that was just a depression or whatever.
It's a Cat 4.
The one down there now, I just don't. The one that's down there now isn't going to make it up to us by Saturday. I wouldn't think. Maybe, I don't know.
I told him it might be WARSD.
What's that?
Wet Record Store Day. Referencing the popular song of the day here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I must say I don't get it. I might be too tired. I lost the thread.
Yeah.
But you really didn't. So you just talked to Steve in reference to Record Store Day, like asked him how they're doing it, how they're handling it, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Now your WCPO piece, I'm confused. Are you going to do an actual video piece that will air on television?
Written.
No. I usually just do features that live on their website.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I always forget that there's that whole other thing that's called the internet.
Well, Scott, Billy
Billy
has another big article coming about adding the second kitchen to your upstairs bedroom.
Yeah, right. I think I saw a photo from that article.
Yeah,
I have a kid.
The kitchen, the stove's a little small, but it looks like it might work.
Yeah. I have a very similar circumstance in my basement. I have a kitchen that kind of segues into a restaurant.
Oh, wow.
That segues into a Barbie dream house. That segues into a Doc McStuffins examination room for animals, stuffed animals, if you will.
Nice.
You need an outdoor patio to accommodate the customers now.
I do. People. That's the next thing is we're going to move all this stuff outside and hope the rains actually dissolve it, so I don't have to ever worry about getting rid of all this shit.
Play patio with play pandemic accessories.
Yes, indeed. Pandemic.
Speaking of bar and food service stuff, how's your brother doing? He posted today on Facebook that he had a full plate today.
Yeah, well, he has a full plate every day, doesn't he?
I don't know. I just saw that this morning.
He hashtags make it happen.
He opened,
but they apparently there was a brief shutdown while I was in Michigan, and then everything came back, and now there's restricted hours. But he was given clearance by the city of Bellevue to kind of extend his seating area into the sidewalk significantly enough that he's got pretty substantial seating, and he's opening at noon every day to try and compensate for the fact that he's got to close at 10 every night, I think it is. And and this, the business with my dad, he's, I was with my dad a lot last week, and he was out there a lot, but my dad and I kind of got into it Saturday bad enough that I haven't been out there at all. So he does have a full plate. He's handling all his bar shit, and he's been going out there and getting reports to me and taking care of what little shit my dad needs taken care of. So I'll have to take back over.
Scott, where's your sister live?
She lives in Framingham, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston.
Oh, wow. That's kind of far.
Yeah, it's not convenient. It wouldn't be convenient for her to come here and take a shift or two. His sister, my aunt, she lives in Silver Spring, Maryland, but she's coming out in the end of September to hang out with him for a little bit. I just reached a point where he was so vehement about arguing about even small changes we wanted him to make for safety's sake that I just, you know how I could be a little dramatic and emotional. So I threw the towel in for a few days to make sure I didn't fight with him constantly.
Jeez. It's no fun watching folks get old, is it?
No, it's not. And it's particularly no fun when they're, clearly upset about it,
I'm waiting for the day I'm going to have to move in with Steve and take care of him.
Yeah. You and I'll probably do what me and my brother are doing. We'll have to take turns.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Going through this, it just reinforces something I've always kind of felt deep in my heart ever since my son was born. While I don't wish the trauma on anybody, I really do hope I just drop dead. So nobody has to spend a long time taking care of me.
Doesn't everybody?
Do they? I mean, I don't know. I guess.
I hear a lot.
I guess that's. Well, I guess that's just a short step from I want to die in my sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got a text from the inimitable Mr. Troy Turner. He's apparently leaving for Dallas. Dallas in the morning. He's taking some kind of special assignment for extra money. Yeah, he's as a government
to cover the hurricane.
I'm not 100% sure why he would leave in the morning, but he had told me when we'd spoken last. Yeah, right now especially, Dallas is kind of in the path, isn't it? I mean, I guess it's not quite as direct as Houston or Galveston, but
yeah.
But it does seem like it'd be like hit. But anyway, he was telling me earlier he's a pharmacy tech for the feds. He works for the VA. And I guess they have opportunities to take special assignments where they go fill in for somebody in some other city. And they apparently get a pretty good bonus to do that sort of thing. It's like a 2-week bid or something like that. And I guess he got it. He just texted me. He's leaving for Dallas in the morning. I'll have to call him later and get the details. I'll fill you guys in next week.
See the pharmacist that doles out the ketamine to the peace officers to inject wild people that they arrest. They inject them with ketamine.
I don't know. I would imagine that the VA would be separate from that operation, but I guess anything's possible.
Oh,
Troy, think about what you know about Troy Turner. If he was, do you think he'd tell anybody? Oh, police and ketamine, blah 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 blah. Did you guys hear about the crazy nonsense in Kenosha?
Yeah, I heard the shooter walked right by the whole police force and he put his hands up to be arrested, and they walked right past him.
Yeah,
they gave him a bottle of water, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, one of those militias were getting a bottle of water. I don't know. It's just so weird. This country's gotten this country's just gotten so whacked.
And the Twitter police Twitter said, "We're glad to have you folks there helping us."
Yep. I don't know.
White boys on guns.
Mad with power. It's the Electric Boogaloo. Or no, not the Electric Boogaloo. It's some other Boogaloo. That was Electric Boogaloo. That was the sequel to the Hollywood 80s hit Breakin'.
Yeah.
Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo. Dave Taylor, at one time in a home he had in the 80s in Clifton, he had this great poster. I don't know where he got it, but it was step-by-step photographic instructions for Top Rockin'. It's a picture of guys doing all these 80s dance things in various pictures. Pretty awesome. I wish I had it. I just found I thought I'd lost a bunch of posters when I went and cleaned this room out before, and I found them. They'd ended up tucked into our gift wrap box, because we have a giant bin of gift wrap, like everybody does. And I found a bunch of posters I thought I'd lost, including that ride poster with the shark eye, Today Forever. I may have that framed. I may not. Have you guys been, speaking of which, have you guys been watching the conventions?
A little bit. I watched some of the Democratic convention one night, and I think just a little bit of the Republican. You couldn't take too much of it.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm almost beyond the ability to form coherent thought about any of it at all. Everything's so fucking wacky right now, and I just huge swaths of people just seem completely incapable of coherent individual thought.
Right.
Hey, what are you guys listening to lately?
I've been listening to a record by Pretty Vicious. Children of the Libertines, Arctic Monkeys, rock era of the turn of the century. You can hear it and everything. Kind of reminded me of it actually. Pardon me?
Say that
era now has children. Yeah. Yes. It does. What's funny is it led me back to the first Vines record that I'd been kind of dismissive of before, but it's really good. First Vines record.
That's a pretty good record. I've been listening to the Replacements. Don't Tell a Soul extended mixes.
Look at this. I was hassling my wife because I'd gone to cut grass and I'd asked her to get me some beers, and she had got caught up with a conversation with her sister and said she wasn't going to go, and then hand delivered
Product placement.
Right? I'm hoping that the Mad Tree Brewing Company would like to sponsor season 2 of Panel.
Mad Tree, a nice, smooth, cold brew.
Yeah, welcome to Panel. I'm enjoying a psychopathy.
Hey, Steve, that Don't Tell a
Wait,
Soul.
hang on. Yeah, I was going to say, get back to the Don't Tell. Yeah, it's some kind of special edition.
Is that the next extended box set that they're planning to put out?
It's out. It's an extended disc that has a bunch of demos and alternate mixes on it.
Yeah. Like I got the Dead Man's Pop that came out last year.
I think
that's in my Dropbox.
That might be part of it. That's on Spotify too.
Okay. I had a friend send me the new Throwing Muses record, but I haven't checked it out yet.
Wait, I'm sorry. New Throwing Muses record?
Does that make sense?
What's the lineup?
Sun Racket, it's called.
As far as I know, they hadn't recorded anything since like 2003.
Hey, did you guys hear about Steve Earle's son?
Yeah.
No.
The musician, Steve Earle.
Yeah.
Justin Townes Earle.
The country musician.
Oh, yeah, I did, actually. Yeah. What happened there?
I don't know. I've been trying to find out.
I think today they were saying probable overdose, unfortunately.
Nah.
I
know he's young, wasn't he? Wasn't he like mid late 20s?
Yeah.
He had like 5 heroin overdoses before he was 21, it said.
What?
That's what I read.
That's a lot.
And his dad kicked him out of his touring band because of his problems.
Yeah, kitty.
That must be pretty bad for Steve Earle to kick his son out of his band for a drug.
Man, I could see that shit. It's like an attempt to give him a wake-up call. My guess is the boy's like, fuck you, Dad. I'll go do my own thing.
I saw Steve Earle play at Bogart's like in like 97.
Was he drunk?
I don't remember that. But he was saying how like, hey, you know how every kid's got to do something to piss off their folks. Usually it's drugs or alcohol. He's like, but you know, I've lived the kind of life. What's my kid gonna do to piss me off that I haven't already done? And he's like, but the fucker joined the golf team at school.
Right? Yeah.
So yeah, that Throwing Muses album, 2020.
Really? What's the lineup? Obviously Kirsten Hirsch and somebody else.
Hold on.
I mean, by the time they got to the last couple of records, wasn't it just Kirsten Hirsch and some studio people? Tanya Donnelly left after the third record. The bass player, her name was, I can't remember what her name was now. Leslie something or other.
Bernard George, Kristen Hirsch, and David Narciso.
I think David Narciso might have been an original member.
Oh, maybe it's not even. The album is scheduled for release in September.
Is it Kristen or Kirsten? I thought it was Kirsten Hirsch. Oh, well.
Kristen. I always thought it was Kirsten, too, but this Kristen, I don't know. The Wikipedia page it's telling me all this says Kristen and September 2020 release.
Interesting. I can't say that I liked much of the later stuff. The first couple albums with Tanya Donnelly, and I wish I could remember the bass player's name. She was really good. Those first couple records I really liked. I watched a guy named Ben from England almost get the shit kicked out of him at Sudsy Malone's because for whatever reason, it was a well attended show, but everybody was sitting down, and this kid Ben from England was dancing, and people were getting mad because he was dancing and they couldn't see the band. And at one point, I overheard some well-meaning college student trying to explain to him that it wasn't really a dance band. Good stuff. I thought it was funny anyway. You guys are a ball of fire tonight. I don't mind telling you.
Well.
Have you ever heard of this band called Curve?
Curve?
It
sounds
English,
vaguely familiar.
Like shoegaze band.
I think so.
Anyway, this bass player girl, I guess she also played in maybe like My Bloody Valentine for a minute. Anyway, the Wigs did a show with another band that she was in, and I forget what it was, but I was going through this like shoegaze thing, and I played one of the Curve songs that I really liked to the PA, and all of a sudden I hear this girl screaming, "Who's playing that song? Who's playing that song?" And it was her. And she came up to where I was and demanded that I turn it off.
Really?
Yeah.
Embarrassment, or I don't know.
Tony Halliday, would that be her name? Probably.
The bass player or the girl from Curve?
No, she was like a mixed ethnic girl. Like she was dark. But,
okay. I think I'm familiar with, I'm just kind of looking it up as you're talking here, but I'm kind of familiar with their album Cuckoo, which was September 93. That's the one that looks familiar to me of what they did.
Yeah, this was the early 90s.
Hey, it was the early 90s. Hey, Scott, I'm happy to see you keep the date updated on your thing.
No, thanks, man. It's hard to keep. It's hard to keep on top of. I mean, it takes me almost 3.5 minutes to do.
When was the last chat you did?
The last actual panel that I posted.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks. It was with Chelsea Robinson from The Quarter and my nephew Mike Invis. So it was the Army and single motherhood, and new motherhood. She's not single, I shouldn't say that. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty funny. It was not very well viewed. And to tell you the truth, I think I forgot to put it on the YouTube channel, but whatever.
Oh dear.
I've been cycling through the people that were on and kind of sending out feelers, and I got a couple people saying they'll do it, and I got a couple people that I didn't ask before that I'm kind of delving into. Tim Schwally. Let's see if he'll do it.
Yeah, you should get Clem Carpenter.
Oh yeah.
You know, I love Clem, and he could go.
Uncle Dave Lewis.
Yeah, Dave's kind of the same way. I like both those guys a lot, and I could listen to him talk forever. I don't think most people could, and it's just. What
about Peter Aaron?
It's not a terrible. I've had Peter Aaron.
He's already on the show, Steve.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Pete Wegley and Mike Breen did one together. Back. That's the thing is I kind of have watched pieces of some of them in some cases for the first time, and it's actually kind of amazing how much things have kind of changed. Not
you
for
should
the
get
better,
Steve
really.
Earle and his new band.
Local Steve Earle?
Yeah, he's got videos out and everything.
That would be great because he would probably open the whole thing explaining how he'd never met me before.
Probably.
I was playing a house party show in Westchester the last summer that we were allowed to do those sort of things.
And you played Little Frog.
No, I didn't, but Steve Earle was there, and somebody said, Steve Earle heard that Billy Catfish is here, and he just really wants to meet Billy Catfish or something. I don't know why. But the funny thing was, I guess he knew. They're like, oh, Bill Furby. They said something. He's like, oh, yeah, I know Bill Furby, but I want to meet Billy Catfish.
Right?
He thought, I guess he didn't know it was the same.
Little Billy Furby.
Little Billy Furby Catfish. Little Catfish Billy Furby. Little Fur Fish.
We keep going, yeah.
We could do this all night.
Yeah. I did watch that video with Mike, the bass player, that you did over at his house. Remember that? What was that song? That's a really good song, though.
It was Runaway Blues.
Yeah.
I wrote
that. Really good song.
And you remastered that, sort of, remixed it, remember, for a 7-inch that I put out.
Mm-hmm.
How can the listeners at home see this video that you speak of?
I don't know where it lives now. Probably on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
It's the
what would we search?
Runaway Blues.
The Chauncers, Runaway Blues. CHAUNCERS.
Chauncers. Runaway Blues. It is a really good song.
What a band. That was the most interesting band I think I've ever been part of.
Yeah.
Was that in Mike's
what
house
was it?
that he owned?
It was Mike Lamping right after the Heartless Bastards ordeal.
And the drama.
Ordeal.
And myself and Bob Gale from Moth.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
Kendall Bob.
Kendall Davis on drums.
Wow.
He's not in the video.
He's not. He wasn't there at that night. So Billy Busick played drums, and that's what we got in the video. But man, I've never done more drugs and drinking in my life than when I was that little window of that band. And Mike was telling us, like, listen, guys, I've just spent the last couple years on Fat Possum. We're gonna get a deal on Fat Possum. It's easy. I'm just gonna tell them that I got this new project, and it's that easy. And we're like, oh, all right.
And how'd that work out?
Not like we planned.
He called them up, and they said, "Who is this again?"
It was actually Kendall. One of our practices, like Mike shared some of the demos we were doing with Erica, and she said, "Mike, those are horrible. Please don't embarrass yourself and send those to me."
Oh my God. Seriously?
And then Kendall said at practice after that, he goes, that new Heartless Bastard song sounds an awful lot like that one demo we had.
Oh, no.
And we kind of laughed, and we were like, Kendall, being Kendall, come on. And then I heard it, and I was like,
Yeah. I had Erica on. Did you guys see that one?
No.
I did.
You didn't? She was super nice.
I saw a new thing where she has a thing where you can pay to ask her questions.
Really? I'm glad I got in under the wire before I got charged anything.
Yeah.
Maybe she's going to send me an invoice.
Stuff. A lot of Facebook Live stuff.
Hey, you know what? She did. She kind of blossomed into, because or maybe I just wasn't paying as much attention before I talked to her. But I had her and that guy. Oh God, I can't believe I can think of his name. The Tillers guy, Mike Oberst.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mike Oberst.
I had those two on together talking about just the music scene and things they had planned that they had to push off, and it was fun. It was a good conversation. Lamping is one of my favorite follows on the Book of Faces, because he will post these short. Yeah, he posts these short stories that are just little recounts of his evening or his day, and a lot of them are funny and interesting.
He's always going to Rumpke.
Some of them are batshit crazy, and I enjoy it very much. There was a time when him and I were both employed by the same landowner, by the same wealthy landowner in Winton Place. Brian Driscoll. There was a brief time when Lamping was doing the landscaping, and I was cutting the grass at Driscoll Manor.
Were you there at the same time?
Never. We crossed paths once, and I gave him a cigarette.
Oh.
Yes, indeed. What else you boys got?
Beverly Hills Supper Club has some new T-shirts, and
if Beverly Hills Supper Club could work out a way to get me one of those T-shirts, I will gladly pay, and I will rock it doing the panels.
Product placement.
Product placement.
I try not to draw attention
to the name of the band. To the band.
Are they rehearsing?
No, Dorsey's working on a weed farm and a bagel place out in California.
I would gladly rock Dorsey's products from his farm if someone was willing to.
I'll bet. Clint from Herzog, he's been busy because he just moved to a new house.
Oh yeah.
What part of town?
Oakley, I think, still that side of town. Tom Byrne,
practically my neighbor,
who had been in Sluggo, still doing his thing in Dayton. He's like an instructor at a college now, in addition to like working like in land development, something like that.
Right on.
Yeah, I'd shared this before, and his son David plays drums.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Do you boys want to on the 6th? Do you guys want to stream anything or just record some stuff and see how it comes out, kind of thing?
I'd rather just get together and have some fun and not worry about anything else. Then come up with some ideas about what to do.
I'm gonna split the divide, if that's the saying. And I say we do just get together and have fun, but we get some video of us in a unique setting with the trees around us and all that crap. And then we maybe have Steve work his magic with getting a good recording of us to accompany the video, so it's something fun to share with people.
We do need a photo, but I need a camera that has high resolution instead of an iPhone.
Dude, the iPhone cameras are as high resolution as you can get.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, you just take the color out of it and take some black and whites with your iPhone. It's every bit as good as the 35 millimeter.
Well, Abby bought one of these fancy digital cameras for her work, and the pictures are like so much better than what I've seen from the iPhone. I mean, just the quality.
A lot of it depends on operator skill too.
Well, the resolution was way better.
Yeah, I don't know. Most iPhone cameras' resolution can match almost any digital camera anywhere. I mean, the only drawback you have with the iPhone is the size of the lens, but in most instances, a band photo, for example, isn't going to make any difference. You have an iPhone, Stevie?
Yeah.
Which one is it? I've got an old SE.
I got a 5.
Yeah. So what we need someone who's got an iPhone 10. I'll bring my boys down and we'll use his. The pictures that thing takes is ridiculous. It's insane.
And
it'll shoot 4K video too.
How do I find out which type of phone I have?
Hold it up.
That
looks like a 10.
The menu about this phone.
Yeah. You hit settings, and at the top of your settings thing is going to be you. And then do you see yourself at the top of the settings with your name and stuff? Look, see here. If you go to settings at the top, there's a picture that's you and everything. And if you hit that, it'll give you the particulars of your phone.
Go down to general.
Hit William Furby. No, just hit William Furby. Touch William Furby. Well done. And now scroll up a little bit. William Furby's iPhone is a X8 XR. It's an iPhone XR, so that's a 10 XR. So that's got as good a camera as any iPhone has right now. I guess there's 11s, but we can use that phone. I got a tripod with a phone thing on it. I'll bring that. I mean, you can do time photos with it.
And the mixing board.
Yes. Oh, do you want to see it? It's right here.
Sure.
See it? Right. Tapco.
Nice.
That's just a mixing board. It's not a 4-track or something, is it?
No, correct. It's just a mixer. There's no amp or.
What's the very first knob at the top of the channel? The gain?
The gain's the bottom. The top is effects. Oh, you consider this the top?
Well, I mean, where you plug the cable in?
Cables go here. You got 1/4 inch here, and you got XLRs on the back.
Oh.
So right after the XLRs, where's the next place it goes to, signal-wise?
I don't know what you mean exactly.
Well, it's basic signal flow. The mic cable gets plugged in, then it goes to the preamp. Does the preamp have any gain on it? Or does it just go straight to an EQ, or does it go just to a fader?
I think it goes just to a fader.
So there's no EQ or no input gain?
No.
That's bizarre.
You tell me. There's the gain at the bottom where the 1/4 inches are, right?
Well, one's a fader. That's the output gain. I want the input gain.
Ain't one.
There's no select button for various.
You've got in and out microphone equalization here.
All right. What's that button at the top by your head? That white button.
This one, that's the power button.
Okay.
Less than a minute.
This is direction in out. See these? In out.
In out of what?
I'm assuming up here.
So it's like on off.
I would guess. I don't know. You'll have to mess. I've never messed with the damn thing. I got it.
All right. Yeah, just bring it and we'll figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Anyway, it was nice to see you guys. We'll talk again soon. And September 6th. We'll talk again before then. We'll talk next week.
Copy that.
Copy that. Over and out.
Miss you guys.
See ya. Love